The wounds he has, how hurt he has been, what a great hero he has been. He's conquered the world. Then he held my hand and he says कि बेटा मेरे दिल में जो थोड़ी सी भी नफरत बची थी ना पाकिस्तान के लिए वो आज खत्म हो गई. He didn't play the role, he became the role. There was a lot of hard work behind that.
Milkha Singh of the services wins, timing 47.4 seconds.
After I read his biography, I called a friend of mine and I said, do you know Milkha Singh? And he was a sports journalist and a very senior writer. He called him Milkha Singh and he said, a friend of mine who's a filmmaker wants to meet you. 3 days later, I landed in Chandigarh in the morning and I had a return ticket at 5:30 in the evening. I met him. It was a very warm welcome. The first thing I remember is Nimi auntie, his wonderful wife, the lovely lunch she gave me. Then I heard his story, which like in the next 2 hours I had to go back to the airport to catch a flight to Mumbai.
Milkha Singh of the Indian Army takes an early lead in the 440 yards final of the British Commonwealth and Empire Games at Cardiff. Although drawn in the 5th lane and thus unable to see any of his rivals, the Indian outclasses the favourite, South Africa's Spence, to win the quarter-mile final.
On the way back in the car, I was entering the airport and I told the driver to turn the car around and take me to a hotel closest to Milkha Singh's house. And I called him to say I'm staying back. And I stayed back for the next 7 days. I bought my toothbrush and some kurta pajama. And I said, keep telling me your story again and again because I want to tell this story to the world. But first, I want to understand it. The wounds he has, how hurt he has been, what a great hero he has been. He's conquered the world, but at a very young age, he lost his family to religious intolerance, to the ethnic violence of the partition.
The eyes of the world are on Rome, where the 17th Olympic meet is being held. India's Claudius, the hockey captain, leads his country's contingent. The men's 400 meters race proves to be the most dramatic event. Milkha Singh of India, in spite of his best timing so far, is beaten to 4th place.
I think he didn't play the role, he became the role. There's a lot of hard work behind that. Beside the unlimited talent and passion he has, put in a lot of hard work also. But in my first narration, he got it. In fact, I had offered Rang De Basanti to Farhan, the role which Siddharth played. At that time, he had just come out of Dil Chahta Hai and was finishing, I think, Lakshya. He must be wondering why am I offering an acting part to the most successful and upcoming director of this country.
That's
the first thing she told me. Oh my God, I have a huge crush on Farhan. You're asking me to play his sister. I said, no, I'm asking you to play the heroine of the film. So she said, how can a brother and sister be hero-heroines? I said, well, my sister was heroine of my life. All sisters are. And why that can't be? And then when she saw the film, the first thing she looked at me and said, not just me, everybody realized that Divya is the main lead girl heroine of the film. As Sonam herself says, she was just a tadka. I barely had 11 rupees in my pocket, and she knew it. No, she was not going to charge me. She had refused to take any money. Her father, the great Sonam Kapoor, had refused to take any money. He told me anything, he's there to support. It was on my insistence कि हमारे में शगुन होता है, अच्छा होता है, 11 रुपए तो रखो आप, कम से कम अच्छा लगेगा. How you give 11 rupees to your sister or your daughter or your mother gives to you, chalo, go have. It's a shagun, nothing else. He did have offers of the rights for his autobiography and his life from Punjabi cinema, Hindi cinema, and his son Sikh Milkha Singh did share with me that one of the offers was also ran into crores, but all he charged me was 1 rupee. Lovely part is we found a 1 rupee note from 1960. Which is the Rome Olympics he went to. Yeah. The old rupee note.
मिल्खा सिंह अचानक से रफ्तार पकड़ते हुए एक-एक करके वो सबको पीछे छोड़ते जा रहे हैं.
He saw the film when it was ready and he was the first person to see it. And we held a screening for him in Delhi. He came from Chandigarh. Me and Farhan, we flew from Bombay. He was sitting in between and we took the whole theatre at PVR, and Farhan was that side, I was here, and he saw the film, and I can't imagine how he felt, how somebody feels seeing his own life unfurl in front of him in obviously in a artistic, in a cinematic grammar. He did wipe his tears first. He always very well dressed, tie, turban, handkerchief. Then he held my hand and he says कि बेटा मेरे दिल में जो थोड़ी सी भी नफरत बची थी ना पाकिस्तान के लिए वो आज खत्म हो गई. That was his reaction after watching his own biopic. So that's the greatness of the man.
आकार कैसे करना चाहिए, आलाप कैसे, मुंह कैसे खोलना चाहिए, या फिर अल्फाजों की अदायगी कैसे होनी चाहिए. शंकर महादेवन जी ने बुलाया था तो हमें कहा था कि अमित जी के ऊपर पिक्चराइज. मैंने पहले ही नीचे डाल दिए हथियार के, मेरी आवाज़ कहाँ से सूट होने वाली. प्रीतम दा का एक अलग ढंग है, एक अलग तरीक़ा है काम करने का, बहुत ही कमाल है.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon and stay entertained.